'Tis the season for spice. We have over 40 gift recommendations to spice up your holiday season.
And slay your gift giving.
Love it. We have too much fun with these video titles. Welcome to the Pleasure Program. My name is Holly.
I'm Victoria.
We're two licensed therapists specializing in sex therapy, here to answer your questions and share our knowledge around all things related to a healthy and pleasurable sex life. We have 5 categories for each of our gift recommendations. We're going to start with maybe the most tame, and we'll end the video with some of the more risque recommendations. Also, all of our gift recommendations will be linked in our description box, so you can find it easily.
Starting with Dominate Your Desire.
We are calling this category Dominate Your Desire because these gift recommendations, whether it's for a partner or even for yourself, if you're looking to gift yourself, would be gifts that would help promote your own desire, whether it's better understand your own desire, what helps you get turned on, what works best for your partner, maybe some of the best sex techniques and strategies that you can use to enhance your time in the bedroom.
Holly, what are your picks for this?
So we've got some books here. First one here is the book Magnificent Sex. And as you can see, it's not a very big book. So it's a pretty quick read. You could either read the book, you could listen to the audiobook, and this book explores scientific research that was done with couples who claim to have magnificent sex lives. And the researchers were attempting to figure out what is it about these people that allow them to have magnificent sex. Nothing says I love you and care about our sex life more than a gift of knowledge. Like, let's learn. As is such a nerdy
How to have magnificent sex.
such a nerdy suggestion, I know, but I really think that says a lot. A book that perhaps both of you could read together to improve your sex life and maybe learn some things you could test out in your relationship. Highly recommend. This is one of the best. There is a book called The Best Women's Erotica. It's a collection of erotic stories to enhance and kind of get the blood flowing, so to speak. Maybe even get some fun ideas to try out with a partner. This is on my to be read list, is a book called Want, and it's actually authored by Gillian Anderson, who was one of the main actresses in the show Sex Education. If you haven't watched it, watch it. She was, most well known for being in the X-Files. She's a pretty famous actress, and she had women all over the globe write in letters about their sex lives, and she published a collection of them in a book. A nice gift idea for the woman in your life, if you have a woman in your life. Going along with the book recommendations would be a Kindle. Show you mine here. I have a Kindle Paperwhite 11th generation. I have to say, I was a physical book reader most of my life. And now that I have tried a Kindle, I don't think I could go back, especially as I get older. For anyone who's a bit older, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's harder to read. You need bigger font. So you can adjust the font. You can adjust the lighting so that it feels better on your eyes. I can lay down in the dark and read this without having any lamps on, so you don't have to disturb your partner if you have one. And it's great. It's great. It even predicts how quickly it will take you to read through the book. It will learn your reading speed. So love this. This would be a great addition to maybe adding some of those books onto it. And I have to rave about the cover here. The reason why this cover is perfect is because on the back here, it magnetizes to the back and you can rest your hand in it. So that it sits comfortably, and you tap the screen to change the page. And if that hand gets tired, this one has the other side. So and not a lot of covers have that. So I will link this cover below, and it has a little stand as well if you wanted to prop it up on a nightstand and just read that way and not even use your hands at all. If physically reading books is not your thing, an Audible subscription would be a great gift idea. Again, you could include some of these books like an erotica book, a more educational book like Magnificent Sex. Those are also on Audible as audiobooks. All right, Victoria, now for your best recommendations for Dominate Your Desire.
Well, starting with my first suggestion, I would suggest a portable Bose speaker. It has great sound quality. It would go really well with Holly's suggestions of like an Audible book. If your partner likes to listen out loud while they're doing something, they could be listening to their book as they go throughout their day. Also, they could be listening to maybe like a sexy playlist that you guys could create together, that you could have in the bathtub, in the bedroom, whatever you would like.
In the kitchen.
Quality, exactly. Wherever. The quality is great. Bose is just a great company for different sound items. I would suggest getting like wireless noise canceling earbuds or headphones. That's on my list. These are not those. These are a bit cheaper. So I would like...
This is actually a shout out to your special someone to get you this gift.
Right. Also great quality, but that would be good if they want more privacy about what they're listening to. You know, if you guys have kids at home and they want to be listening to a spicy book before you guys go to bed to kind of enhance that mood, those are great ideas so that they can do that and enhance that desire, dominate their desire before you guys get to the bedroom. If your partner is a huge fan of Apple products, you could also just go with like the classic AirPods, gives them some privacy, also great quality. And then a couple ideas of what they could read to help enhance that desire or dominate that desire. A Court of Thorns and Roses is a very popular book series that has some smut in it, so that's an idea. You could get them the set. Also, there's a Not So Meet Cute book, or The Right Move. The Right Move is part of a series and it's the second book, but that seems to be the most popular book. The Right Move is more along the lines of like if your partner doesn't want like explicit smut that's like really graphic and they want like a really good storyline and plot and character development to get into it, that's the big suggestion.
I think it might go without saying, but those book recommendations are intended for a female audience, right? No?
I mean, it depends.
Court of Thorns. I just want to, Court of Thorns and Roses, I think is, geared towards primarily a female audience. So
That's
that might
fair.
be a better book to give to the lady in your life if you have one.
Let's dive into foreplay fun. These are ideas to help you enhance getting into the mood, getting into that desire, but also then enhance the actual fun of the activity.
Well, one of my top recommendations as a gift, this would be a great gift, I think, for a couple. It's like a virtual purchase on the website OMG Yes. It's considered a sexual wellness platform. They provide educational techniques with actual visuals and videos with real people to teach you different sexual stimulation techniques. So that could be really fun to sit down together, go through all the different strategies, and maybe try some out. A really fun gift idea. Let's Get Deep card game. I have this here to show. They have an After Dark expansion pack, and they're questions for couples. This is specifically for spicing things up. These questions are intended to encourage you to have conversations about sex, but also just like deeper conversations, maybe talk about things you wouldn't normally bring up in everyday conversation. Like, have you ever spent a night in jail? Do you have a sex playlist? What's on it? What kind of outfits turn you on? So just a few examples of some of the questions that are in this game. My other recommendation would be downloading the Paired app for you and your partner. We have talked about in our previous videos how really helping yourself start that foreplay, like foreplay begins the second sex ends. Yeah. So one way you can keep that connection going, especially if having emotional connection or emotional conversations is one way for you to feel more open to sex with your partner, having the Paired app is a way for you each to stay connected, even if you're in separate places, working throughout the day, or maybe even in a long distance relationship. I think this would be a really good gift idea. And again, some thought-provoking questions about each other, about your relationship, and you get to reveal each other's responses on your phone through the app. And fun note here, if you're a therapist, you actually can download this app for free. When did this fall out of my ear?
My suggestions is all around the Adventure Challenge. This is what the Adventure Challenge in bed looks like. And they have a couples edition, they have a family edition, they have all sorts of different editions. The couples edition would be great for just foreplay, building that desire, having fun together, having different date night ideas. So the idea of this is you get it and there's scratch off boxes for you. So it's like a little surprise of what you're supposed to do. And there's different sections, like see how there's different little emojis here. It'll tell you, are you doing this at home? Are you doing this out and about? Does it cost money? How much time does it cost? So you can just kind of, if we only have time for a quickie or we have time to really spend a lot of time together, then let's try this. So for like an example of a scratch off, one's called Simon Says, and it's put a blindfold and stand in your bedroom close to your bed. You will be directing the entire sexual experience by describing to your partner exactly what to do and where to do it, starting with how to take you to bed. And then there's more there. So if you want to know more, check it out. I think that this is great for both foreplay and then also just spicing it up, having different ideas. If you've been with someone for a long time, it can feel maybe like, okay, this happens and then this happens and then this happens, and then that doesn't really build desire. But if you have something new, you know, having that novel experience can be really exciting.
Our next category is bath time bliss. My recommendation, a bath caddy. Whether you use this solo or for bath time together, they're just so convenient. You can have a couple of glasses of wine on there, or maybe a little charcuterie board while you're in the bath. You could even prop up a Kindle if you're reading while you're in there. So it's great. It's a great gift for relaxation, but also to use to spice up your foreplay. I think you could have your preferred lubrication right there on the caddy, like any supplies you need to make that time really magical. I think it's just a really nice, convenient option to have. Another recommendation I have would be silicone-based lubricant, such as UberLube. And this is the best type of lubrication for use around water, because that silicone-based is gonna not mix with the water. It's just the best to use with water. Just note that it is not safe to use with condoms. Is that correct?
Silicone toys. I know silicone can degrade silicone toys. It is safe to use with condoms.
And it is safe to use with condoms. Perfect. Okay. I stand corrected. Any waterproof sex toy, I think, would also work as a great gift idea and enhance that bath time bliss. Aromatherapy tablets, if you're maybe preferring a shower over a bath, there are tablets that you can put in sort of the corner of the shower floor, and it will release fragrance into the air through the steam. So there can be some like lavender or eucalyptus. Personal fragrance. This is obviously a very personal one, so every perfume or cologne is gonna smell differently on each individual, just with your own natural like pheromones. A couple of recommendations for the man in your life. This is a good one. It's 1958, the original. It's just got that like classic kind of masculine smell. I did notice on their website they have like it's instead of the original, it's like their black label version. That one sounded really interesting, but it's notes of bergamot and crisp apple blended with undertones of blue sage and patchouli. If you're wanting more of a feminine floral fragrance, I personally have asthma and I'm sensitive to fragrance. So it's when I recommend a fragrance, it's a big deal because it means I can tolerate it. It doesn't trigger me. And so I tend to think about like something that's a little bit of a lighter fragrance. So this is just a little travel size or trial size one, but it's by Gucci and it's their floral fragrance. And this one is the Jasmine one. They have, I think, 4 different floral options. And this one just, it's perfect. It's perfect. And the other ones actually smell really good too, but for some reason this one is just perfect. It's not your typical autumn winter scent. It's definitely got, I think, more spring summer vibes, so know that. But if your partner, if you have a female partner or a partner that wants more of a feminine or floral fragrance, and they're sensitive to fragrances, I think give this one a try. Top notes of mandarin, bergamot, black pepper. Heart notes are jasmine, magnolia, rose. Base notes of sandalwood, patchouli.
For me with bath, I kept it simple. I really think a good relaxing bath can really make a world of difference in having some foreplay and like building that desire, right? Like a lot of times when we have anxiety or we have stress or we have tension, that is the worst that we can have for desire. And so I just suggest going with the classic Dr. Teal's and using some Epsom salt, which we have linked, and some foaming bath, and then just having some fun bath bombs in there. They're little balls that just kind of explode in the water and create like a fragrance or create bubbles. They can be really beautiful and relaxing. So just keeping it classic with that to kind of reduce some of that tension for your partner. So let's set the mood.
These are all items that encourage the environment to be as seductive or romantic as possible. My top picks, bed sheets. I think like if you are getting into bed and you have like scratchy bed sheets or they have like holes in them or like it's time to replace, like I think having nice quality, comfortable bed sheets makes such a big difference. And so what I recommend is there is a brand on Amazon that has a linen and cotton blend. So, which I think it gives you that benefit of linen, which linen is very breathable. It's like warm in the wintertime, but it's cooling in the summer. I don't know what magic linen is, but it's magical. It works for every season and it feels soft when you blend some cotton in with it, because if you've ever tried 100% linen sheets, they can be a little bit stiff and they can shrink a lot too in the wash. So a linen and cotton blend is my preferred, and they have a bunch of colors. You know, if you're not sure, go with classic white and you won't be disappointed. Flameless candles. I know you also have this as one of your recommendations, Victoria. I am obsessed with flameless candles. Now, for a few reasons. I already mentioned I have asthma, I have allergies, fragrances, even just the smoke that releases when you blow a candle out can irritate me. So it's frustrating because I love candles. I love the ambiance. Yeah. So if you have pets, kids, or a partner like me who is sensitive to smoke and fragrance, flameless candles is where it's at. So I have a couple of recommendations. The tea lights. First of all, I'm going to show you here. It looks so real. It flickers. It's got the little black wick, and it's actually coated in real wax. You can't make a fake candle look more realistic, in my opinion, than this.
It actually does look really realistic.
Doesn't it look so realistic? I'm obsessed with this. They have candlesticks. They have votives. I mean, they have all different kinds. This particular brand we will link. And I like to put them in something kind of like this. You get that. You can't tell at all it's not real because you have that the glass is frosted. And so no one would ever know. Oh, and you can control it with the remote. You don't even have to get out of bed. You could just set the mood, and you're good. You're good. My other favorite, I don't know if it's the same brand. They are behind me. They are the candles that are flickering in the background. Those ones, again, coated in real wax. They look very real, flicker. And let me go grab it and show you how, ignore the fingerprints, okay? How perfect is this? Again, you can control this with a remote. Feels like real wax. And it's just pretty. You can even control the brightness of the candle. I'm obsessed. So, quick, easy way to set the mood.
And I also have flameless candles. I'm going to be honest, I'm not as passionate about them as you are.
Are they as great as mine, though? Really?
I also like regular candles, but I'm not as sensitive as you are. So either way, it's fine. So for mine, my first suggestion is a star projector. We have one linked where you turn it on and it just has like the galaxy, right? And there's different versions of that. And so you could just have that on the ceiling, like if you're in your bedroom, like setting a different kind of relaxing kind of ambiance. The one that we have paired also has a Bluetooth speaker. So if you just wanted to have multiple in one and just play some sexy music on that, great. If you wanted to use the Bose speaker we talked about earlier, great. That would be great. I also have some massage oil linked, right? Just something that can help you guys get in the mood, create that desire with some pleasure, right? Of just like relaxing those muscles even further. Lastly, I think a great subscription that you could buy for a partner would be Spotify. You know, if you have that subscription, there's so much like sexy music you could listen to or relaxing music that could help really set that mood for that experience.
Sexy time supplies.
The name speaks for itself. We're getting a little bit more explicit here, where we have some supplies to help with sexy time.
My picks here. So I also have massage oil as one of my picks, and the one that I have here is by Essence, I think is how you say it. It's organic. They have different fragrances, and it is paraben free. It's edible, and it's non-staining. So if you're gonna get those nice white sheets that I recommended earlier, you can just
foreshadowing.
Slather on the massage oil and not worry about ruining your nice white sheets. These would be great stocking stuffers, something a little bit different. Condoms with a little pizzazz. So Skin makes a cocktail condom, so they're flavored condoms, and they're going to have different cocktail flavors, so to speak. So just something a little different, something kind of fun. And then also there's a trend here with this edible, I have an edible trend happening here. Lube Life water-based flavored lubricant is another fun, something different. It's made without added sugar in case you're worried about that. Some of their flavors are Sex on the Beach, birthday cake, cotton candy. They have a variety pack, pina colada, prosecco, strawberry, watermelon. So just hopefully a flavor for everyone.
I also put some lubricants on my list. Tried to go with more natural, paraben-free types of lubes for people, just in case people are sensitive or they're looking for something more natural. So the first one is Yes, natural plant oil-based lube. This is not to be used with condoms. Oil-based lube and condoms don't really mix well together. But if you are looking for a lube to pair with condoms, I also have the Slippery Stuff water-based lube. Both of those are natural or paraben-free, so great to try out, put in a stocking stuffer. And then also, I have a few different kinds of condoms. A lot of people do not like condoms. There's a lot of complaints about condoms. They're not comfortable. They don't feel very good. So I picked ones that are thin and snug fitting so that it does feel like a more authentic experience, I suppose.
Close to skin as you can get, yeah.
Right. So we have the Trojan bearskin condoms with a variety pack that you could try, some ribbed, some not. Just try out a few different ones, right? See what your flavor is. And then the Glide Slim Fit Snug condoms.
Our last category here, we're linking them all below. However, we're not going to speak in too much detail about them simply because YouTube has some interesting and a bit confusing guidelines around talking or even showing anything related to sex toys. But we have just really some popular recommendations for a whole variety of different types of sex toys to consider trying. There's something for everybody there. And so if there's one you haven't tried yet or you're considering trying, you think your partner might be interested in, Take a look at the links below, read some of the reviews, and a nice quality sex toy to jazz things up is a great gift idea.
The only thing that I'll add that I think should be safe for YouTube is the lioness that we linked is great for a partner that maybe struggles with some dysfunction of some kind. It gives you a lot of data in relation to the sexual experience, having an orgasm, so that you can learn more about that to help dysfunction. So as therapists, we definitely recommend that.
And that's it. Our 40 plus gift recommendations to improve your sex life. Have a holly jolly sex life.